Alright guys, here I am today with a review of this right here, the high-grade Universal Century Geara Zulu. This is the mass production type. This is one of my entries into the 2012 Mecha Contest, or at least one of the Gundams that I'm going to enter in the diorama, and I've been promising you guys this review for a while, so today I'm finally making it, and it's actually a really good kit, and I'm looking forward to doing this review. As you can see here, this is the painted kit. A really nice looking kit. Painted or unpainted, I think this one looks really good. I have a different story for the Angelo Sauper, but this version of the Geara Zulu is very nice regardless. So, I'll get into articulation first. I'll start at the bottom. Feet can go side to side and back and forth. Pretty decent amount of movement right there. At the knee, you can get a 90-degree bend out of it. At the top here, it can go back as far as the back skirt will let it and as far front as the front skirt will let it, which is pretty much all the way forward, because these move together right there. So that's not too bad. And the whole legs move back and forth a little bit. If you can see in here, there's this separate little piece that goes back and forth just like that. So you get some really nice articulation out of these legs, to be honest. No articulation in the, well, actually there is, I forgot. Goes up and down like that, and then the side skirts can go up and down a little bit. Back skirt doesn't move, though. One thing you do have to watch out for when building this guy, if you do paint it, putting on this front skirt area, this little part right there will touch when you're trying to move this around, because you plug this into the back and then flip it over, it will scratch. I actually need to touch that up on a few of my Geara Zulus because I couldn't find any way around it. Only thing you can do is to put it together prior to painting, and I just wasn't thinking, I guess. Let's see. So, at the waist, you get a decent amount of movement. If you move the arms up, you're going to get even more. So, you can get pretty nice movement there at the waist, just kind of blocked by a few things naturally. The head doesn't have a lot of range of movement here. It can go up and down pretty well. And it has a nice little thing in there that you can't even tell. It looks natural. But it doesn't have a lot back and forth. And that kind of popped the head off of mine, because the head the head fits very snugly in there. Okay, on the arms, they can go 360. The arm itself can go up all the way as far as that will allow it. And at the joint, it goes a little more than 90 degrees. And then hand can go all the way around. Also, this spins right there. Same on this side, of course, but the shield stops a little more. The shield doesn't have a whole lot of articulation, just a little up and down. You see, this is a separate piece from the shoulder, so that moves with the shield, but still, it's a little difficult to get the shield in a whole lot of poses. Alright, on the back of it here, no real articulation, just thought I'd show it. It has this booster pack with 6 little thrusters here that I painted in metallics, and then it also has this clip back here, basically holds all of its different weapons, because you get a whole bunch of them with this kit. Now you can remove this if you don't want to have a little weapon holster in the back. You can remove it, and it comes with a little peg in the same color as the back skirt that you just plug right into this little hole where there's a poly cap that this pops into. Okay, so let's get to all the weapons that this guy comes with. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of them. First off, we have the bazooka with one of the option hands attached. This is the trigger finger. I just have it attached on there and forgot to take it off. But it's a nice little piece. A lot of good stuff there if you want to mask it and paint it different colors like I did. It's actually only 2 pieces just snapped together. I moved the seam line, and then this sight goes on it right there, just clips on. But it's a nice weapon, and I quite like it. Next we have the submachine gun here. A cool little weapon that I'm not actually going to use on mine, otherwise I would have detailed it and painted it in some metallics. It also has this grenade launcher, I believe it's a grenade launcher, that attaches here, or you can take off. You can hold it separately or slide it right on there. Next we have the this tomahawk kind of weapon. Not sure of the exact name of it, but I guess it's like a beam tomahawk. It has a beam coming out of the top and the side. A couple clear green beam effect parts. I painted mine with a little white at the base. Really not sure how I liked the effect that it turned out with. I was hoping for a little better, but that's okay. And lastly, for weapons, he has these two things right here. I assume they're kind of like, just like throwing grenades, is basically what I'm assuming they are. I'm not real familiar with Gundam weapons and things like that, so you have to be okay with I'm just throwing assumptions out there. But I like them quite a bit. I think they're actually kind of cool, unique-ish weapons. I've seen a few things like this on like the old campers and stuff, but I think this is a nice, smaller, modern take on it. Alright, now hands. You get a lot of extra hands too. Like I showed you, you have the trigger finger hand that I had on this bazooka rocket launcher. He has an open hand here and a closed hand here is what I currently have on him. And then he also has another closed hand, so you can have two closed fists, and another open hand, so you can have two open ones. This is actually, I'm now really realizing off my other Geara Zulu, because that's the same one as right there, but of course you get an open hand for that one as well, so sorry about that. These are actually my favorite ones. The open hands on it actually look really good, in my opinion. I think just something about the mold is really nice. Now there's one last thing you get extra on this kit, and it's a helmet for the Geara Zulu. Basically, the Angelo Sauper and the Guards type Geara Zulu have these little antennas on them, and to save from having to make separate runners and stuff, on the one runner you get both a head Geara Zulu helmet that doesn't have a hole for the antenna, and then a Geara Zulu helmet that has the hole for the antenna and the antenna too. So it's a nice little addition, and it's something fun to just use. Basically, I'm going to use it in my diorama as kind of like a little Carnage kind of destroyed piece. But it's cool to use if you want to just put an antenna on your Geara Zulu's head. It's actually really cool. So, I think that'll be all. To be honest, this is actually one of my favorite high grades I have. This was a whole lot of fun to build, whole lot of fun to paint. I would absolutely recommend it to anybody who likes the Geara Zulu. This, in my opinion, is one of the best high grades I have, and like I said, just a whole lot of fun to paint and build. So, that'll be all for this review. I hope you liked it, guys. I hope you found it helpful. So like, comment, subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.